Welcome back to the Ty North Evening Show on Power 108.9. We're going to get back into the show. Dr. Harris, I want to ask you a question. You mentioned that you feel like generational wealth is a mindset. What does that mean?
Well, one of the key things when it comes to generational wealth, I think so many times we get so focused on, as people say, grinding and on their hustle. Mm-hmm. I don't like neither one of those words first.
I don't either.
Because grind means reduced to its lowest particle, and hustle means busy movements. A hamster on the wheel is busy and hurried, but he's not getting anywhere. It's on the same methodical wheel. So the thing is that we got to focus on creating wealth in our particular generation and being able to leave wealth.
Creating wealth and leaving wealth. We've heard that a gazillion and one times. I believe that you're personifying that through your children. Talk about how you and your wife parent them through generational wealth.
Well, one of the things, like I said, we bring both kids with us, everything we do. We have family discussions. We talk about money. A lot of time, particularly in our culture, we're always told kids are to be seen and not heard. And that is the worst thing you can do to a kid. So I always say that if you treat kids like kids, you'll get kid-like behavior. If you treat kids like adults, you'll get adult-like behavior while still maintaining the kid. So both Katie and Kennedy, 12 and 11, they fulfill all the kid things. They have a lot of fun, but at the same time, they build businesses. Both kids have a capital investment firm each. Kaden has his business with financial literacy, and Kennedy has her own African American doll collection, as well as her own multivitamin children's line. So those are the things we teach them, is to be able to have tools and instruments in place that they can be able to carry on generational wealth. So the things that we're doing is for them and their grandkids. Things we're teaching the kids to do is to build for yourselves, but also build for their grandkids. That way you have a leapfrog effect, and that's what creates indestructible wealth.
What about families sitting out there saying, well, we got to pay our mortgage and we got to pay our household expenses? What does that look like for them?
Well, first it comes with education.
Okay.
You know, when we go to school, we get it's three types of education. The first one's called academic or scholastic education. That's where we learn how to read, write, arithmetic. We take that to exchange our time for somebody else's money, i.e. a job. The second form is professional education. That's where we hone in on our skills, such as being an attorney, engineer, doctor, something like that. We tend to be self-employed. We make more money, but as David said, we got to give up more time. Okay? The third type of education is not taught in school. It's usually self-taught. And that's financial education. And the financial education is what start teaching you business acumen, start teaching you about finances. Because if I say go out and take a button hook to the right, you went to the left. Before you turned around, the ball was already in the air to the right. If you can't catch the ball, you can't score. If you can't score, you can't win. If you can't win, you can never win championships and create a dynasty.
What about the truth that there are systematic racism and that there aren't opportunities historically for persons of color, particularly as they enter into entrepreneurship?
Well, the biggest thing there is exposure. I cannot stress exposure enough, because I'm from Decatur. You know what I'm saying? I went to Columbia High School. I was in the same class, same environment as many other people who had different outcomes.
Right.
So it's all about, again, your exposures. To give you, I give myself exposures constantly. Last night I gave myself an exposure for something I've never done before. I bought a $250 steak last night.
Whoa.
It's called an A5. You hear E.T. and Maul talk about that quite a bit, David.
Was it good?
Man, I want to go find the cow mama and thank her.
Wow.
Hey, that steak was delicious.
Did you take a doggy bag or you finished it all day?
I finished all 42 ounces.